My friends, today we've got a review of the Moza Slypod Pro here. And this thing that looks like some kind of weapon from Star Wars is actually a basically monopod slider. So it's a really cool thing, and there's not many like it out there. There are a few different versions which we'll get into, but this is the Pro version. It's a carbon fiber and metal construction. Feels really, really good, really substantial. It's a great build. And what this is gonna be great for is getting really smooth and really nice shots, either for video or for time lapses, or like I said, you can just throw the feed out here and actually use it as a monopod. So really, really good build, really good construction. And this is going to be great for people who shoot real estate videos, wedding videos, or if you do a lot of B-roll shoots. I use mine for a lot of B-roll. And there's actually one aspect where there's really nothing that I found that can replace my Slypod Pro here or my Slypod E, and that's in macro video. Because these guys allow you to set such a slow speed from short all the way out extended, you can get some really cool looking macro shots. And I really don't know if you could otherwise do that, maybe with a manual one, but it just makes it so easy. It takes the guesswork out of really nice looking shots. So the build is fantastic. In terms of the functionality, it's very simple and very intuitive to use. You've got buttons and switches up and down that are easy and effortless to get a hold of. It's got an app control, of course. It's got Bluetooth, so you can throw yourself into the Moza app and control it right from the app. You don't actually even have to touch this thing, which is really cool. So you can set up your shots. You can also use it with Moza gimbals, so you're gonna take advantage of a sliding situation, but also if you want to maybe have your gimbal rotate or track or something like that, you can do that. That's gonna be more of an advanced setup, but just something else that you can do with it. So I find myself using this thing the most for product photography, macro definitely, and then definitely going out and shooting time lapses, which is really cool. So the Pro version, of course, you're gonna get a better build. It's gonna be this carbon fiber build here. It is gonna be a bit pricier, and most notably, it's gonna be able to extend further than the Slypod E and the Slypod itself. So that's the big difference. It is a lot more versatile, going all the way out to about 20 inches. But overall, the Slypod Pro itself is a bit bigger. And it's almost about a pound bigger. And for the size, you might think it would be a little bit more, but because of the carbon fiber, it is pretty good for what it is. Now here's the Slypod E here next to it. And as you can see, it is quite a bit bigger there. So in terms of versatility, when you are choosing between one of these two, and that's a factor, consider this is a lot more portable, but it actually doesn't come with the ball head here. This ball head was separate that I purchased, and this ball head actually comes with the Slypod Pro. So a really nice feature there, and that's an added cost. It fits perfectly, it works well, also really great quality. In terms of battery life, they're both fantastic. I've easily gone several days without charging these things, although I think you can use an external power source. But in terms of, yeah, overall battery life, they're definitely fantastic. They're not gonna let you down. Now it is a quick setup here. It's just one button that you hold and you'll see a nice LED ring pop up to let you know that it's on. And then we've got up and down buttons. And there is one thing that I thought they might have maybe addressed in the Slypod Pro, and it was kind of one of the bigger things for me in terms of what you should look out for when you're shooting video. And here it is. If I do go ahead and extend it, you can hear that it is still quite noisy. And you are easily able to choose the speed at which it is going to go out there. But as you can see, it's going to extend a decent amount. Like, this thing is pretty darn good. So you can actually use this as a monopod and get right up there so you're not scrunched over. So that's really nice. But just to let you know, if you are needing this thing for shots and you need quiet in the room, well, as you can hear, this might not be the best option for that. So of course there are give and take to every situation. This one's going to be more expensive. It's got more features, it's got more versatility in its function, and it's got that ball head included. All versions of the Slypod are going to be able to take advantage of the app function, which is really great, and it's also really intuitive, so you can go in there and program your time-lapse shot, or the speed at which you want it to move. If you want it to repeat and come back and forth and whatnot, it's going to be really easy to do that. So just a really cool, well-made product, guys. It does come with a soft carrying case opposed to the Slypod E's hard case, but yeah, not a deal breaker there. It is a little bit bigger, like I said, but all these come off. So if you did want to kind of split it up, if you didn't need the tripod feet, if you just wanted to use the attachments to throw it right on a tripod or two, well, then you can do that as well. There's lots of quarter 20s all over the place, so the functionality of this thing and rigging it up just the way you like it is really easy. And I didn't mention, but this thing is a really great tool if you do find yourself filming solo a lot. If you don't have somebody to film you, well, this kind of makes it look like you do. So I've often found myself using this thing to kind of simulate the impression that somebody's filming me when I am in fact solo. So in terms of the price, I will throw up the price differences here. And now you're gonna have to decide which one is gonna meet your needs better. And is the carbon fiber version worth the extra bump in price? Well, if you do need the extra travel, the versatility, almost 20 inches, almost double compared to the Slypod E, well then I really guess it's a no-brainer. So that's gonna be it, guys. I'll leave you with some more footage, some shots that I've taken using this thing. Really cool product, really fun, and doesn't take up too much room, which is nice as well. It's smaller than most tripods. You can just kind of lean it against something or pack it on the side of your backpack if you're heading out. So would I recommend this to you? Absolutely. I think this is a really cool and really great solo filmmaking tool, whether you are a wedding photographer, a videographer, if you do time lapses, or if you shoot macro video, then this thing is just gonna be great. And I can also recommend the Slypod E. I have a full review on that one too, so check that out. And I really hope this video was helpful, guys. If you did enjoy it, hit that like and subscribe button. If you did want to pick this thing up, I'll drop affiliate links down below. And like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.